The time for Luffy to lock in and get a new power up has officially arrived, and it's either he gets a new power up or everyone in Elbow is doomed. But one thing I like about this chapter, it might have given us a hint on what Luffy is gonna do next. So chapter 1190 starts exactly where we left off on chapter 1189. Scopa casts the 3 where Luffy was impaled. He stops Imu's attack, and this guy is smiling, bro. And when I saw this smile, I literally remembered Garp going to Hachinosu to save Kobe. And I'm like, what are these old men even like doing? Like, what are they even eating? Because they're supposed to be retired, but they're out here throwing hands like nobody's business. And Gaban is smiling while he's facing the ruler and the king of the world. Luffy is crying in pain. And one of the pieces that Scopa cut off the tree where Luffy was at falls to the ground, and the swords come off of Luffy, and Luffy is still crying, and Scopa launches crazy attacks on Imu, and he literally says, hey bro, you don't even look like you are from this world. What kind of a form is that? And Imu is like, who are you, bro? Like, who are you? I don't know you. Who are you? And Scopa responds by saying, I'm the guy who knows of the history of the world. Bro, Scopa says this in Imu's face, and then he turns around oozing with haki. Look, bro, look. This guy was literally aura farming in front of Imu. Even Imu was surprised because he was like, why is this guy turning his back? Doesn't he know who he's up against? Bro, he turned his back and faced Luffy and went to Luffy while he was literally fighting Imu. Bro, this guy is aura farming. This is the definition of aura farming, because he doesn't do this against just anybody but the king of the world. Look, from this moment, Scopa became my favorite character, because I was like, what is this old man doing, bro? He goes to Luffy, grabs him by his neck and says, bro, you need to step up. You need to be serious. You need to lock in. Stop playing, bro. You got the white form. You're an emperor of the sea. You think that's enough? Don't you understand that the more you rise in this world, the more powerful enemies you're gonna face? And this is how you're gonna act? And you want to be saved by an old man who is injured? Get your things together, bro. Because do you know what is gonna happen if you pass away right now? The people are gonna laugh at you because everybody wants the throne. So if you die right now, bro, look, someone will come and take the throne. If you pass away right now, people are gonna be happy because there will be literally less competition. So you need to get your things together and fight. Because, hey bro, nobody else can fight right now. It's only you. And what's crazy is Luffy at this moment is dripping blood and is crying. And Scopa asks him, do you know what is gonna happen if you die right now again? And Luffy responds by saying, I won't say my friend's country. And Scopa says, what about your crew? And he says, my crew will be in danger. And he says, now you need to lock in. Stop being a baby. If you think being a king of the pirate is just a straight line, bro, just go back home. Because here is tough. If you think you're just gonna go straight and become the king of the pirates, bro, just go back home. Because that's not how the journey goes. You have to fight, and you have to fight powerful people. I like the fact that Scopa was not playing with Luffy. He was literally telling him facts that, bro, you need to lock in. Nobody's gonna save you unless you save the whole country. Matter of fact, we put all our money on you, bro. So stop playing. And Scopa throws him away. One thing that I also like is the fact that with Silver's Rayleigh, he also had to remind Luffy that, hey bro, look, the more you go up, you're gonna face powerful opponents. And Scopa is not playing with him. He's literally saying, hey bro, it's either you lock in or go home. That's it. There are only 2 options from here on out. That's why I'm saying Luffy definitely has to lock in. And Scopa throws him away, and Luffy is angry. He's like, bro, this old man, I hate this old man. And Scopa one thing I like is he goes back to fighting Emu and he launches an attack called the Praying Mantis X. One thing that I like about this is the fact that it is a parable. It literally just shows that Scopocaban wasn't here to defeat Emu. He was just here to buy some time. And Scopocaban says he reminds you of him, right? And Emu is like, what are you talking about? He's like, he reminds you of Joy Boy. And the minute Emu heard the name Joy Boy, he pulls a new sword. And the new sword is called Bone Eater. And Emu is asking Scopocaban, how do you know about Joy Boy? And he says, hey bro, I know him. I know about Joy Boy from Joy Boy's own mouth, from his own words. Get what I'm saying? Because I know of the world, so I read about Joy Boy. You understand? And Emu is like, okay, cool, whatever. Why are you protecting Luffy? And Scopocaban is like, hey, I'm not protecting Luffy. I'm just protecting my captain's dream. And Emu is like, Captain, what are you talking about? Who are you talking about? And this man says, Goldie Roger, the king of the pirates. Oh my God, bro. Bro, this guy has so much aura, bro, because he's not afraid of Emu. And Emu recalls the time Goldie Roger became the king of the pirates, and he was asking the Gorosei, like, how you guys allow a person with a D to become a king of the pirates? Fix that mistake. You get? And Emu says, hey bro, you know what, we let things slide and said it was coincidences or fate, but I'm here to correct all those mistakes. And he says, oh, so you are here to kill Luffy, right? And Emu says, yeah, I'm definitely here to take his life. And Scopocaban says, the fact that you take a kid like that as a threat, that means he's the person I'm supposed to protect. And he remembers Goldie Roger's words, where Goldie Roger was saying, there will be someone who will come up in the seas and surpass us. And Scopocaban says, because of that, Luffy is the person we have been waiting for. And we see a picture of Crocus, Silver's Rayleigh, Scopocaban himself, Whitebeard, Oden, and Shanks. One thing that I like is the fact that they included Whitebeard. And Whitebeard, remember, in Marineford told Teach that, hey, look, Teach, you are not the man that Goldie Roger was waiting for. Goldie Roger was waiting for Luffy. And the fact that they show Whitebeard on this, I really like it, bro. Because Whitebeard was not on Roger's crew, but he literally knew that Luffy is the guy to bet on. And they show him. And this is really amazing. I really love it because we already know Shanks, right? Luffy is on the seas right now because of Shanks. So seeing all these members, bro, it made me like very happy, because also with Oden said that in 20 years to come, someone will rise up and that person will be the one to take Kaido out of Wano. So I really liked this panel of seeing these OGs. And the fight continues. Luffy is crying in pain, saying that, hey, this old man is underestimating me. And Emu is about to launch another stigma. And you know what Scopocaban does? Man, this man is very powerful. He goes up in the air and says, oh, look, Adam Tree, I'm sorry that I'm going to cut you, but I have to do this. And he launches an attack. He cuts the tree, and the attack also lands on Emu. Bro, this man did the same attack. It's literally similar to what he did to Zoro and Luffy. He launches that same attack. It's called Kamudo on Emu. Bro, Emu is dripping blood. While Luffy is crying on the ground, Luffy is saying, look, hey bro, this guy might be Silver's Rayleigh's friend, but I won't forgive him for looking down on me. Bro, this guy, bro, launches serious attacks on Emu. Emu is bleeding on the mouth, bro. That's how Scopocaban, that's how powerful Scopocaban is, bro. That's how Scopocaban is, bro. One thing that I liked about Scopocaban as he was going to launch the attack was him saying, hey, I'm old now, even my joints hurt. And even Emu acknowledges that, hey, bro, you are old, and yet you are still having the same power, like the characteristics that are required to be on the King of the Pirates' crew. As he launches that attack, he has Emu bleeding. Bro, Copacabana is him. Just imagine this guy on his prime. He was already called the Mountain Eater. Like right now, let's say Copacabana faces Emu at his prime. Bro, this man was gonna show Emu flames, bro. And we see Copacabana again launching another attack, the same attack he did on Luffy and Zoro, but 100 times more, and he does it on Emu. That same attack that gave Luffy and Zoro trouble, Copacabana does it on Emu. And we see a slash. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, I think he might have slashed Emu. And we see a glimpse of Loki. Loki's like, what the? He's reacting like, what the hell is going on? And Nami is saying, is that Luffy? Usopp is like, nah, bro, whoever is doing this is powerful. Like, very powerful. He's not just powerful. He is very powerful. And we see Copacabana has lost his left hand. This means that moment when he was launching that attack, Emu took his left arm. And we don't see Emu's reaction on that attack. We only see Copacabana laying on his back with his left hand cut off. The left hand of the Pirate King has lost his left hand. And Luffy is like, hey, old man, this is why I said from this moment, Luffy has to definitely lock in. Because if he doesn't lock in, who else is gonna save Elbaf? Who else is gonna do it? Nobody. And Copacabana was just buying time. Now it's time for Luffy to step up. But one thing that I liked is that Luffy was saying, body heal even just a little bit. You don't even need to heal too much. Just heal a little bit. This is where I'm like, okay, this is where Luffy is gonna get a new power up. Because now he's gonna start to understand the devil fruit. His devil fruit. I think he's gonna have like something like a memory jog. Because remember, Zoans are said to have their own will. So now the devil fruit itself is gonna show Luffy that, hey, first things first, the name of this fruit is not Gum Gum. It's the Hitohitonomi model Nika. And these are the properties that it contains. And if you want to win against this guy, you have to do this. And in all honesty, I don't think Luffy at this very moment is gonna defeat Emu. Like, it's very too early for Emu to face defeat at this moment. So one thing that I think is gonna happen from here on out is Luffy is gonna get to understand his devil fruit first, because I feel like that's important to get a new power up going forward, and how to master your devil fruit. The devil fruit itself will tell Luffy that, bro, first things first, this is not Gum Gum, this is the Hitohitonomi model Nika, and these are the powers that we have. And one thing that he's gonna do is, the minute that he starts getting those powers back, he's gonna fight Emu, but he won't defeat Emu. Instead, he's gonna have the same power that Joy Boy had, and Emu's gonna be like, okay, now that you have the same powers as Joy Boy, because remember Emu said Luffy was too weak to be Joy Boy, but the minute that Luffy understands his devil fruit and fights Emu again, Emu's gonna be like, okay, it's fine. My time here in Elbaf is over. I need to go back to Marijoa, but you need to go there to fight me again. Because I don't think that Luffy is gonna defeat Emu at this very moment. But let me know what y'all think. Or maybe someone, if Luffy doesn't get a power up, as I said on the previous video, that maybe someone is gonna come to Elbaf and save the situation. My bet will be on Shanks, definitely, because Shanks understood that Emu is dangerous and he is the king of the world. So my bet is on Shanks coming to Elbaf to save Luffy if Luffy doesn't lock in. But let me know what y'all think is gonna happen next. But remember, y'all said there was gonna be a time skip with Copacabana lecturing, teaching Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, but Copacabana has already done that already. There's no time skip, and right now, it's all up to Zoro, Luffy, and Sanji to lock in, because he already told them that, hey, you guys are in the Emperor's crew. You need to lock in, because from here on out, it's gonna be a steep hill. So Copacabana is no longer gonna teach these guys. He already told them everything that he knows, and it's up to them to use that push. And one thing that I like is he wasn't just ridiculing them. He was saying you need to lock in or go back home. You only have those two choices from now on. And Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji are definitely gonna lock in. But let me know what y'all think. Peace.